Welcome back, YouTubers. Today I have this is gonna be a fix. So I got this Nintendo Game Boy Advance, and if you notice, I've already done some testing off camera, and I've noticed that this one has a couple of issues. Let me get my tools out. I just bought a new kit. I'm kind of excited. So, anyways, the main issues here is the power button doesn't work. Start and select, these two buttons don't work. Hopefully that's an easy fix. Usually when it's a power and this, it's usually water damage. So I hope it's not water damage. I have not opened this up yet. And we have no sound. So all these are indicators of water damage. And it's usually when water lands on this side. Because notice, with the power switch, we got this. And no sound. Well, the sound's way over here, but you know. Hopefully it's not water damage, and hopefully I don't have too much corrosion, or I don't have any corrosion. I'm hoping to do a pink on pink screen. I will save that for a separate video. But anyways, let's get into this little guy and see if we can. Well, you know what? Before I get into it, just to show you real quick, and see, we do have a little bit of corrosion on that battery terminal. Hopefully it is not too bad. But look, it actually turned on right now, but I know that power button needs some work. Okay, right there, it didn't turn on. See, it's on right now, but the battery indicator did not turn on. Yeah. So if you play with it, eventually you'll get it to turn on. There it is. And I'm pressing on it. So anyways, with that said, let's get this thing opened up and see what's wrong. Okay, now that I got this out, let's take a closer look, see what we got here. All right, so based on what I'm looking at, let's see if we'll get closer. All right, see, there is a little bit of corrosion. Let me move this stuff so I get some light. I'm not gonna get as much as light as I want, but we'll make things work. Okay, so there is a little bit of corrosion. Luckily, well, it doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, well, there's my problem for the audio. This could be the reason why the audio is not going through. Chances are the amp is getting power. Usually from this void right here, this is where the amp gets its power. So there should be some voltage here. I'll check that in a few, but I'm sure the problem is here. So the issue was no power, or should I say maybe uh, power button, start and select, and the volume. Okay, so let's flip the board around. Let's look at the start and select section. And it's like I suspected, some type of liquid damage. It doesn't look bad. It just needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, it's not bad. So I say we first start with the power. Let's start with this guy here first. Let's take that apart. And I don't know if y'all seen me do this in the other video, but when I do take this apart, I take the top portion of that power button off. It's just pretty much a metal housing. Sorry guys, I'm getting my solder gun out. But yeah, let me get my solder gun and we'll get started with this disabling that. So give me a few seconds. I won't show you how well. I'm gonna record how I do this, but I probably won't say much. I gotta wait for my solder gun to get ready. So give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna get my camera closer. That way I can see it. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. So the way this is done. Now where are my tweezers? Okay, so to get this desoldered, you want to wedge something thin up here. It puts a little pressure. You see how it's kind of bowing a little bit? And what you want to do is stick it in there like that. I'm waiting for my soldering gun to be nice and hot. So you get one side heated. Obviously I'm not hot yet. Give me a moment. Okay. All right, here we go. So you get one side heated. And it should. There it goes. That's one side. Then you want to grab it soldered itself back on. Not a big deal. Okay. And there we go. That's all it takes. So we're going to put this aside. Let me zoom in. Let me turn off my solder gun. Can't have it too hot, otherwise I'll mess up the tip. All right. Okay, let's see. So we pick this up and look at that. Look how nasty that is. Now this also has a metal piece, and you can see it's dirty. All right, so that's our first fix right there. So let's get that fixed. I'm gonna grab some alcohol and get this cleaned up. Okay, I'm back. So we're gonna start with the actual switch itself. Notice that earlier it was pretty much corroded and black and oxidated and everything. So this is the way it's kind of supposed to look. A little bit. You can't. Oh, excuse me. You can't really like scrub it too hard. This thing will flick off the switch and you're pretty much done. But anyway, they're supposed to be sticking out that far, so when it makes the pressure or the contact on the actual board, it sends the signal. That's how it's supposed to look. So technically speaking, if I grab this little guy, flip it around, put it like so. Sorry for not. It's kind of hard to actually see. Tell you what. We'll get my other tweezers. Actually, I think I was okay with these. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going off camera. I'm not even watching what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Now we are in there. So it's supposed to just okay, that's off position. So I'm gonna zoom out real quick. I am gonna connect a little screen to it. This will help me verify that the power button has been properly cleaned and functioning. So bear with me a second. Get my batteries. And right now it's in the off position. Okay, we're gonna turn it on. Look at that. This is how you fix your power switches. Now I'm gonna turn on my soldering gun so I can solder this thing back on, but that's pretty much what it takes to fix that. So off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. Works every time. So in case y'all are wondering how to fix a power switch, that's how you do it. As soon as my soldering gun gets hot, I will put the lid back on, which is this little guy. Let me take this off. And all you really have to do is just solder it back on. So yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. And what we'll do here, I will pre-bend it just a hair. I might have to get my other tweezers. This is not hard to do. You just have to be patient. You can run into errors if you kind of rush it. You don't want to rush this. You want to be patient. And there we go. It is on. I just got to solder it back on now. Now I have a tool for this that I kind of use. I'm gonna dig through my tools real quick because I haven't used it in a minute. And of course I can't find it. So we're gonna have to do without. But like I said, it's been a while since I've done videos, and I don't have my tools with me right now. But so what I'll do, I'll just press this down on this side, let the solder get hot, and it should just squeeze right in. So I wonder if my soldering gun's ready. Yeah, she's ready. All right, here we go. So I'll press this down. Okay, that's one side. I am not left-handed, so I'm gonna flip it over. Okay. Let's give it one more test before we move on to the next one. Battery pack. We are in the off position. Screen is still on. All right, so here we go. And there it is. I'm even wiggling it, and I'm not losing connection. So the power button has been fixed. This is how you clean it. This is the proper way of cleaning it. You want to make sure those contacts are well, nice and clean. Yes, you can put a little something, alcohol in there, wiggle it a little bit, but it's not going to get it clean the way I just did it. This is the best way so it could last for another, what, how old are these things now? They're what, built in 2001 or 2 or something like that. So you clean it this way, it'll last you for another good 20 years, which I believe that's correct. So anyway, moving on to the volume section. Now, I'm just gonna zoom in real quick. All right. Ooh, too much. I gotta zoom out, zoom in. All right, so this has a little bit of corrosion. Now to fix, well, to see if we actually have power to the amp, if you stick in a headphone jack, you should be able to hear sound out of the headset. Y'all probably won't hear it because I have the headset on myself. But I am going to give this power. And I am going to power it on. Okay. Right now it is off. Let me stick my headphone jack in there. Okay. And I have something in my headset. Here. I'm going to put it right next to the mic. Okay, so that's clearly the amp is getting power. So that leads me to believe that that connection right there just needs to be clean. Now, you can replace it if you want. But I'll show you how to clean this. And all you really have to do is just get, it's almost like a, oh, I'll have to show you right now. Let me get myself set up. This is gonna be a mess. Well, it's not gonna be messy, but anyways. So I have these little things right here, and what I do is I shove them in there. That way I can clean that as much as possible. I first start off by actually adding alcohol to that area. Get as much as you want in there, or as much as you can. Actually, I'm going to disconnect the battery power for right now. I'm going to try not to make this a long video, but if it does, then oh well. Okay, and the way it works, when you stick headphone jacks in there, it opens up. I wonder if I could turn on my light. Okay, here we go. It will open that guy up right there. So headphone jack goes in. See that connection right here? Right here. That's the connection that needs to be cleaned. Right there, that connection. So I'm gonna stick my headphone jack in here just so it can open that up for me. And I could put my wire brush in there and go to town with it. Oh gosh, okay. Let's see if I can get it like this on camera. And it doesn't hurt just clean around the whole area, but you want to get in there as much as you can with whatever you can. If you got a toothbrush, so be it. You could do that, but it will clean it out. It's already looking better. You're not going to hurt nothing with a brush like this. But you want that to be in there as much as you can. Okay. That should be enough. I am using 90% alcohol. Is it 90? Yeah, I think it's 91% or something like that. So, let's see what happens when I turn this little thing on. Get my battery pack. Obviously it needs more cleaning. Okay. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. I am going to stick my Metroid in here. Oh, I don't even know if this works. It should. It does. That way I can have continuous sound. Y'all hear that? It's working. So yeah, this just needs to be cleaned up here. Look, I'm not even touching this making sound. Yeah, so this just needs to be, I'll probably give it a good scrub with this here. So the contact's right here. So by any means, just scrub that. And scrub this side of it too. Oh. And what you're doing, you're just getting debris off of that. And yes, it's still powered on right now, so, and that's okay. Alcohol won't hurt anything. All right. There we go. That's what you're looking for. Can y'all hear it? Now, if I stick this in, sound will go away. Sound is there. Obviously, it needs a little bit more cleaning, but we know the issues right there. So I'm gonna disconnect this and just continue on scrubbing until I get a good solid connection when I stick a headphone jack in there and pull it back out. So give me a few minutes. I'm gonna get this cleaned out. Okay, I got that as clean as I can get it without replacing the. Like I said, you could replace it or you clean that terminal, but that's really the issue right there. Sometimes you will have a power issue. I haven't covered this yet, but I figured it out. So let me see, 1, 2, 3. This pin right here. Actually, these two. This is your main power into this amp. When there's no power coming in, you won't get no voltage from this void right here. And I've learned that this void is connected straight to the power source over here or straight to the battery. But anyway, it gets power from here. It goes right here to this little plus. You see this plus right here? This down void. This void gets connected. If I remember correctly, I think it was this one right here. And from here, power goes to the other side of the board, and then it comes over to this void, and it comes through this way, and it gives power to this amp. So if you ever have an audio issue, the first thing you want to check to make sure you have audio, to have power, go ahead and plug in a headphone jack, put your headphones on, see if you got volume. You get audio, then obviously you have power. You don't have to do all that troubleshooting with voltage and stuff like that. But if you don't have power, if you don't get audio when you put your headphone jack in, then you're not getting power. And that's when you would test this little void out, or these two pins for voltage. And you're supposed to get like battery power, which is either 3 volts or 2.5 or something like that, depending if your battery is low or not. But anyway, let's move forward with this audio issue, which hopefully it's gone now. All right, I'm trying to make this video long. So anyways, let's power it on. Right now the audio is going through this, so you're not going to hear it. But when I unplug this, we get sound. So now it's fixed. Oh yeah. So when I put this in, we'll unplug it and turn it back on. And that's what you want. You want that sound to come through. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's just jump over to the start and select button. Really, the only problem there, it just needs to be clean. So here we are. There's no corrosion, thankfully. Whatever this was, it wasn't corrosion, so the board should be good. So all this is going to be is just a little cleanup. Look at that. And I will clean that battery terminal. Where's my alcohol? I just had it right now. I put it back. Give me 1 second. So normally with these things, I like to be thorough with them and clean them out all the way as much as possible. So while I'm doing this here, I will clean that. Man, look how pretty they are. I'm thankful that it's not battery corrosion. Usually when you get corrosion, they'll be like blue or something like that, because copper turns blue or something like that. But I am gonna clean all these connections, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. So give me a second. Okay, it's safe to say this entire board is clean. I will say that one of these buttons, um, I think it was this one. This one had the most. I don't know what that stuff was. That stuff was like, I don't know. It was gooey, but it wasn't like moisture, because I don't see any corrosion except for this battery terminal, but I got rid of that corrosion on this battery terminal. You want to get that off as soon as possible. So whatever that gooey stuff was, I'm going to make sure that these left and right buttons didn't have any. I'm going to go ahead and play this game here. But I got to clean this. Ooh, this button is, you know what? I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to put it together because I want it out of the Game Boy shell, because I am going to use a different shell. So we'll put that there because I'm going to, that'll be start. I just want to make sure these work. All right. I may not have the best angle here. Look at that. Starting to select button work. Oh, I gotta move them off the board. Let's see. I may have to put this in the shell. I gotta move this way. There we go. There it goes. Okay, so now, okay, that one works, and that one works. Perfect. That's what I want to know. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is how you properly fix the volume, fix the power button, and fix your any button that's not functioning. Usually when it comes to buttons, it's always a dirty issue. I mean, look how dirty these things were. I'm sure that most of them weren't working. See, whatever this was, this got under the starting select. But anyways, that's what you do with this guy right here. So anyway, guys, I hope you liked this this video I put out for y'all. Let me know what y'all think. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them underneath. This completes this video. I hope y'all liked it. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. It would help me out a little bit. I appreciate the ones that are already liking and sharing. So I appreciate y'all. Keep watching these videos. Hopefully I'll have more content for y'all in the future. I am going to put this in this pink show. It's going to be a pink on pink. When you're watching this video, this is already done. I'll put the link on where that Game Boy Advance will be sold. But anyways, I hope y'all liked. Again, give me a like, subscribe, help me out here, and I'll catch you on the next one. See y'all.